Hey everybody, Miranda here. It is 3 weeks post-op, and if you have been following me, you will notice that I have been posting about my tummy tuck journey. And if you're just tuning in, you can go back to where I started off at week 1 and before, and you can catch up from there. Now, if you like what I am talking about, please feel free to like and subscribe. Hit that button, join the team. It is a fresh vlog that I'm starting, but I do have another YouTube page where under Miranda Sexpert, because I am a sexologist, but I decided to break off and do my own video journaling because I am big for journaling. So I figured, what the hell, I'll do it by video. So this is post-op week 3, and I am feeling really good. I'm standing up straight. Pain is not an issue. I am slow to getting up and sometimes getting into bed, but that's only like when I'm waking up because you've been asleep for so many hours and stuff. So I still do where you have to roll over and sit up, and I do that whole routine there. But in terms of pain, I have no pain. I'm not on any medications. I was taking the Valium to go to sleep. I'm not even taking that anymore because naturally I'm just tired. I find that I do tire easier before I had surgery, and I know that's just my body just saying, hey, it's been a long day. It's time to rest and allow me to do my job and basically still continue to heal itself. What are some major things that I've noticed? I've had 2 lymphatic drainage massages, which went really well. I noticed that actually helped me get more mobility back, like into my back, and twisting and turning. I noticed that has helped a lot. So I'm like, if anything, just do a couple of massages, to help with the swelling, but also to help with mobility. I will probably do some more, but it would be because of the fact that I just feel like it's great for healing purposes, not so much for the healing, because I still swell. I'll swell at night, or I will swell if I had something rich in sodium. And Thanksgiving just passed, so yes, my meals definitely contain sodium, and I'm over it. Now I'm ready to get back to the way that I was eating before, where I was really monitoring my sodium, because I feel better, so, and there is less swelling, less bloating, less gas, less of everything. So I'm just ready to go back to my clean eating, and so I will do that. In terms of my next doctor's visit, I go for 6 weeks, so I won't go for another couple of weeks. I have 1 more week left off of work, which will be a total of 4 weeks that I've been off of work, and then I'll be going back. I am an operating room nurse, and they are allowing me to go back on light duty. That's what the doctor had written for me. So nothing over 10 pounds, no extreme lifting and all the stuff like that, which I think is great for me getting back into work because, nurses, we are always on our feet and running. So I'm expecting to be, feel some tiredness from that. In terms of healing, I have started using the Aquaphor that my doctor had recommended, which is great because it's great for moisturization. It's also great for scarring, and I love it. I put it on my scar, and it keeps it nice and moisturized. I try to do it twice a day, once in the morning, once in the evening. And then I recently just started using this Mederma oil, scar oil. Now there's two types. This one is the cheaper one. This was like $9.99, so $10. The other one, I think it's almost close to 20. I mean, but they both like pretty much said the same things to help with stretch marks, scars, uneven skin tones, dry skin. I think the other one had mentioned about surgical scars as well, but I'm like, I'll start off with this and I'll see if I like the product or not. And I do think that it's helping. I think that is helping. I'm noticing some lightening of my scars, but also I make sure that I massage it for anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes, and my lines are even. I feel pretty positive about how my scars will turn out, and I will show you at the end of this video because that's what we all want to see in this journey, right? At least I know that's what I want to see. I said that I was thinking to myself about making a video of doing things that I noticed that wasn't talked about on there, like for simple shit, like wiping your ass. I have not heard anybody on YouTube talk about after a tummy tuck how they are wiping their ass on the toilet and in the shower because you're stiff. You're stiff, you're tight. And I'm like, I guess, so I'll be the one to talk about it. It's a lot easier in the shower. I can do it just fine. First 2 weeks, that was hard. Like manipulating that hand, trying to get all the way back there while you're showering and stuff. It took some time, but of course I was able to do it. I didn't have anybody else doing it for me. But going to the bathroom on the toilet, sometimes that can be a challenge when you have to turn all the way around and you are still stiff and tight. That happens to be a challenge. So I've had to do some manipulation and tricks to be able to wipe. Definitely keeping baby wipes on hand because, they're nice and has the moisture in it so you can get a nice clean wipe. But I definitely have had to find some ways to maneuver to make sure I can wipe very well. Currently, I just ordered a Faja Phase 2 from Snatch Body. I saw good reviews and videos about it, so I'm very interested in trying it. It was between that and the Tributo, and it's not that I've seen bad reviews about Tributo. I don't know. I'm just like, I give Snatch Body a try. The girls look good when they have it on. So we're gonna see what it do. It's still Colombian Faja. And as you know, with the Colombian Fajas, they do fit really tight. And Phase 2 should definitely fit tight. I currently am wearing a Phase 2 high compression Faja from Sunrise, and I got that off of Amazon. It was like $76 plus tax, and it's okay. Like, it's tight. Like, it's tight. Excuse the bra, but it's tight. The only problem I have with that is that for me, I'm 5'2", and I have a short torso, and I feel like it rides up. So where the zipper is, like, it's easy to unzip, not easy to zip back up. And then when I am zipping back up, sometimes, like, it'll grab a piece of skin, a piece of my ass cheek or something, and, like, nip me. And I'm like, oh, no, this is not going to work. So I'm not really feeling that too much. But the compression itself is good. So I'm wearing this now, and I just started at my 3-week mark wearing the Phase 2 Faja. I ain't gonna lie. I tried to put this Phase 2 on because I didn't understand the compressions and the different phases. I was just jumping into stuff. I see videos and I wasn't really like sitting there paying attention. So now that I have watched more videos, done more research, I do understand the difference between like your phase 1, your surgical faja, versus your phase 2 and your phase 3. And yes, you should not be wearing a phase 2 in the beginning after you'd had a tummy tuck, because the squeeze is really, really tight, and that's not something that you want, because it was actually uncomfortable and kind of painful. So I would take it off and I would get back into my surgical one, which was great. But now I'm on the third eye in my surgical faja, which was a small third eye, and that's including with the foam and my ab board. So I already know that's like, okay, done with this. Feeling good in terms of being like healed, good enough to where I can slip into a phase 2. Of course, what everybody wants to see, how is the scar looking? How am I looking with my tummy tuck? So I will show you at phase 3. I'm very pleased with my results. Let's see how to do this. I'm very pleased with my results. I have no complaints. Especially from where I was to where I am now. And I had already started like doing my nighttime routine, but then I was like, shit, this is a great time to make a video. So here we go. I do have on my pajamas currently, and here we go. So this one, like I said, is from Sunrise. It only has 2 eyes. I am still on that first one. I have not put on that second one. And I'm going to tell you something. When I really want some more added compression, I still use my abdominal binder, the one that they're giving me from the hospital. I love that damn binder. Like, it's so simple. I mean, but it's like I could pull it so tight, and it does the job. So if they sent you home with an abdominal binder, don't be afraid to use it, because like I love it still. So I have my ab board on. I do not sleep with my ab board. I think that's too much. Compression is hard against the skin. I'm not feeling it. My 3 foams. And here we are. Of course, I don't want to get in trouble by the YouTube police. So this is as far as I can take it. And actually, someone had asked if I could pull my garment down a little bit lower. So I hope that you'll be able to see. So as you can see, you see my scar. You see in spots where it's fading nicely. Even on the sides here, it's fading nicely. And that's why I really do think that the Mederma Scar Oil is helping. Like right here, it's fading. It is fading. Here, I have not started shaving because my pubic hairline comes all the way up here. I have not started shaving all the way up. I leave the hair around here because I had a myomectomy about almost 2 years ago, and I started shaving, and it made my scar so awful because when the hair grew back, it was like ingrown hairs into the scar. It was hideous. So I'm just waiting until this whole scarring process is like healed. Well, at least to my incisions, like really, 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 really healed to where I can start shaving all the way at the hairline. But I do shave below the hairline. I always put my scar oil on first. I massage that in for a few minutes, and after that I use my Aquaphor and I massage that in for a good another 5 minutes or so. But this is how I'm looking. I also make sure I put the Aquaphor in my belly button. I have not used the Mederma inside my belly button just because it's a little bit more, you know, I feel like the belly button's a little bit more fragile. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to start shoving stuff in there. But this is how I am looking. I actually just came back from dinner, and luckily enough, I'm not too swollen. But I am going to make sure I do have good compression tonight to make sure that it does help with the swelling, because I did have some foods that did have, I'm sure, a high sodium content, you know, especially since it's a restaurant making it. Um, but yeah, like I said, no complaints. I still have no complaints. I love my incisions, you know, and every day, you know, it gets better and better, you know, it gets better and better, and I have no complaints about it. So if you have any questions, please feel free, write them down. I will probably answer your questions back in the through video compared to like doing in the thread if I get a lot of questions, but it's still a new vlog, so it's not like I have a whole lot of subscribers anyway. But don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, definitely make sure you put them there, and I'll be sure to get back to you. Thanks for watching, everybody. Good night. Bye.